So, I'm doing another comic deep dive today. Um, I got, I planned on doing this today anyways, but full disclosure, I was going to look at John Tobias's art on the early Mortal Kombat comics, just because I like them. I haven't read them in quite a while, and I've never really broke down the artwork. I've just been a fan and looked at them, but I wanted to actually like break down the art. Like I said, I'm trying to get in the habit of finding the type of artwork in comics and manga that I like and seeing what I can sort of gather from those to know how I want my art style to be in my next comic. Almost, I know I have a style of doing artwork, but I want to sort of pick out the things that I like about manga and comics and focus on sort of, I don't know, incorporating more of that into my artwork and also breaking down my strengths and weaknesses and what I necessarily need to be improving on. Which, to some extent, I have some of an idea, but I don't know, maybe doing this will point out blind spots. I have no idea. But, as the title of this video will probably show, I'm not looking at John Tobias today. I actually got suggested to look up a manga artist by the name of, and I hope I'm not butchering this name, but Kaneko Atsuki, I think is it? Kaneko Atsushi. Atsuki. Um, Kaneko Atsushi. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I hope I'm not messing that up. But I was talking about how I wanted my comic to be like, I wanted my world and to look interesting, and I wanted my line arts or line arts. I don't know how to talk. Anyways, I just can I even put this into words? I think I said I wanted to like make my artwork look simpler while having detail. Um, I didn't want to have to do an exorbitant amount of shading in my next comic, but I wanted to find a way to make my lines sort of more detailed to, I don't know, just visually help out the look of my comic some. But I was having trouble explaining exactly what I meant, and so I got suggested him, which is this guy right here on the screen, which is why this picture of him smiling has just been sitting there. So I just started randomly just cycling through Google Images at random and just picking up images, and now I'm going to look at them and break them down. I honestly haven't even got a good look at a lot of these pictures, so I'm going through this journey right alongside you guys. I just want to break down his art since it was suggested to look at this. So here we go. All right. Also, there are going to be like long intermittent pauses of like silence in this. It is what it is because I'm actually trying to like pay attention and study. Um, just warning ahead of time if anybody's watching, because I'm not doing a lot of editing for this video, and I say that all the time. I still do it anyways. But in any event, let's see. First off, remind myself so I don't do like I did in the Toriyama one, read from right to left, which is a headache in and of itself because I find some mangas that are converted for a Western audience, so they're still in left to right when I read them. So the flipping back and forth just screws with me on a regular basis. You know what's interesting about me looking at this though? Being honest right now, I'm kind of amazed. There's no shading, essentially. I almost see exactly why I got suggested him. Like, he uses lines to imply shadows without having to actually shade. Like, there's no real shading. Not even much of, like, in parts, like, I guess on, like, the window here, maybe. I don't know. I can't even say in the clothes. Like, there's no real shading here. He's using lines to indicate folds and sort of, for lack of a better term, like structure of the people and the things in the environment. Like, he's not shading at all. I honestly can't recall seeing many mangas just lines like this. Me personally, I haven't seen a lot like this, at least in like a quote unquote professional, like established mainstream uh manga. or comic for that matter. Though his art isn't necessarily mainstream. Just a slight bit of research before I actually started looking at his work. Supposedly he's a big into like punk rock and real alternative types of art, and his art is he's successful and well respected, but his art isn't what you would call mainstream. So let's see what we got here. And I believe this is from his comic Bambi. I could be wrong here. Probably am. Once again, no shading. God, I'm amazed at this. This isn't helping either because I've been toying with whether or not to do my next comic in black and white, solely for print purposes. But I don't know. I'm still torn on it. But seeing this in black and white and so simplistic, and it's simple, but it's not like the precision of like his lines, like where he's using lines and where he's choosing to just leave it as like a blank canvas almost, is genius to me. Like the lack of shading is incredible. Like is a high level of detail of use of lines and like the hair and whatnot, but like I said, no shading at all. Even like here's lines throughout this tree to let you know almost like the texture of the tree, but there's no real shading. I think this is the closest to shading I've seen though, because you kind of have it in the backs of the clothes here. I guess where the light isn't necessarily visible on the characters. Some shady looking people behind it, by the way. What the hell is going on? Leaving my nest, I have to crawl on the ground now, just like before. I have to do in order to survive. Okay. All right. What the hell is going on here? But it looks interesting. Do I need to actually start like finding some of his manga and reading? What the hell have I never heard of this guy before? And then, well, I shouldn't say that. There's like hundreds of manga artists that I probably don't know of, considering I only read like seinen and shonen manga in the first place. And outside of that, it's just American comic books that you would expect. Yeah, a lot more lines in this panel right here. He's definitely using lines to really shade the ground at this point. It's not as little detail as in some of the panels from before. So I guess he just has heavy use of lines in his artwork, which is phenomenal. Like it's such a simplistic way of doing art. Like he's getting the absolute most out of his lines without having to do any real shading. But at the same time, I like shading this, so I don't know if necessarily like this helps me, but this isn't a style that I really try to replicate or anything. Or who knows? Maybe I could find a way to. I don't know. I don't know what I'm talking about right now. This is just really fascinating to look at. And the lines are just all over the place too. It's not even like they're the most technical, like precise lines. Like a lot of times I find myself, it doesn't help that I work in pixels, but I find myself like hitting the undo button over and over because I'm trying to get my lines just right and just precise and have everything like at times look right, and then I get mad at myself at the times where I just say screw it and just have the line as it is and just keep moving forward. But like my eye keeps coming back to well, hell, even that tree, like the lines are all sorts of jagged and whatnot, and whatever in the hell is going on here, like these lines are so like this is crude art at its finest. And I can't even use the excuse like, oh, we just did that because it's a tree. You know, trees have all different types of shapes and textures and whatnot to them. It's like this band, the lines are sort of very jagged as well. And it's not just the fact that it is pixels that I'm looking at because it's a JPEG. I understand quality is lost, but even at afar, like those lines are not straight. And I don't even think there was an attempt to be. I think it was just as straight as he wanted them, and he just went on from there. And down here on the ground, like I like it because it's like a true hand-drawn feel to it. Like it doesn't look like a precise digital feel, which a lot of just artists in general can suffer from in today's day and age when you use like almost too much technology. I fall into that myself at times where I don't know, it's a certain touch that's missing because everything looks so precise. Though my art doesn't always have that, but still. Okay, getting a lot more detail out of his artwork now. Still, no actual shade. Like, all of his shading is done with lines. Like, this is, I can't stop, like, marveling at that. He really likes having things take place at night. I even like how he did the street lights. Like, this is cool. And the background right here, how he just left the sort of, I don't know what you would call it, but sort of like the white splotches or whatever to just show like the light from the street lights in the back. That's pretty cool. Jesus, I just got a good look at what they're carrying out. Like, I hope there's not a body in this. Oh my god. Oh my god, it is a body. Oh Jesus. Alright. Well, there's still no shadows. Oh, there's a lot of shadows. There's no shading in this. Is what I'm looking for. There's this body wrapped in bricks is kind of distracting right now. Okay, I don't even want to try to guess what's happened here. This guy looks pretty serious. It's like a bunch of characters outside, out of Dick Tracy. Either that or Carmen Sandiego, but in any event. God, depending on the age of some of my subscribers, I don't even think that a lot of you will even get what I just said just now. But anyways, God, that's depressing. But moving forward. Well, yeah, moving forward. Okay, so this is just actual, like, regular art. Not necessarily in the comic, but interesting nonetheless. Okay, here though we do have some tones and shade. Still heavy line usage though. His actual line quality is amazing. I definitely need to step my game up. Like I say, his actual art is so weird. The things he draws is almost very simplistic, but there's so much detail that he puts into each and everything that the pages look so, and maybe this is the black and white effect helping out too, but outside of like maybe that car in the background, I don't know, but there's, like I said, the lines are precise in their placement because it's not like he's drawing a lot in certain spots, but where he puts the line is so perfect that it makes everything look detailed. Like, look at how simplistic those hands are. It's not even a hand separating those two fingers right there, like, or a line separating those two fingers. It's not a hand separating those two fingers. I don't know what kind of statement that was, but like, this is crazy. Yeah, Kaneko is amazing. I hope I'm pronouncing his name right. I really hope I am. Wow. If this came out the comic, this is amazing too. It's once again so simplistic. I can vaguely make out what almost everything is on these shelves enough to, like, they're not important, so they're not that detailed in the first place, but it's enough to know what's happening back here. Does she have this little boy on a leash? Does she have a gun? What is this? She has a gun with this little boy on the leash holding the psychotic doll. What the hell is this? Aside from even the gun, if I ever walk in the store and I just see this environment, like, I'm leaving. Like, these kids are crazy. I ain't even messing with this. It's like a 12-year-old is about to rob a grocery store. This is crazy. Okay, I'm kind of not sure what's happening up here on the ceiling. Whether those are like panels or breaks in the ceiling. Like, I'm not sure what's happening up here. But it fits. Like, it doesn't seem out of place. Like, this is definitely pro art. Like, he has a handle on his style and how he wants his work to come across. Like, that doll, this is screwing with me. I hope that can get picked up in the actual video because I know my head's in the way. But yeah, that's creepy. Um, Still no tones used. Outside of maybe I guess the reds there. Would have to imagine. Another little girl with a gun. Like, why? What animal is that she just shot dead? Oh my god, I just saw the smoke from the gun. What are these faces? I don't know if I really need to actually be searching his manga up. Appreciate the style of some of the stuff is like too crazy even for me. Um oh, not that it's too crazy, it's just this is not my bag at all. But it's still amazing to look at. Oh, this little girl that actually shot something. And there's a butterfly here. Oh my god. I'm not gonna keep bringing up the actual use of lines for Shado at this point. I'm harped on it enough. It's still like the first thing that's catching my attention. Oh my god, did this little boy just get hit by a car? And, okay, let's go through this. So he's on the bike. He rides the bike in front of a moving car, it appears. Actually, I can't tell if that's a boy or a girl. But they're riding the bike in front of this car. I'm assuming the car might have been taking a turn or something. Anyways, they're hit by it. And this person seemingly doesn't care that a child has just been murdered. Like, a child gets hit by a car. Oh, she has headphones in. How loud would her headphones be to where she didn't hear a car, like a child get hit by a car? Look at the shape of this bike. And she's just casually walking down the street. Jesus. That's a graphic art with children. Like, that's crazy the way that he structured this too. Without actually showing the child get hit by the car, you completely put together the child being hit by the car. It's just crazy just looking at the boy going past this woman getting hit by the car and then this woman just casually walking down the street after it happens. Okay, I don't understand what's being said there because it's not in English. There's a lot of heavy lines in the ceiling here. Which is crazy because I can almost tell like it's supposed to be like a wood texture almost. Man, it's incredible. Even the use of lines in his beard, like amazing. Is he peeing on something? Like, what is going on? Are they standing on hay? Like, what the hell is going on here? Alright, I don't know what to say to that. Next. Oh, whoa! I just caught what is going on here. Okay, so somebody's missing a hand. Oh my god, why in the hell would I get suggested this to look at? Jeez. As graphic as that is, though, it looks cool. It looks so cool, but I was sitting at first, I just looked at the guy on the ground. I zoomed in to like look at the hand. Because I just saw like a hand on a rope, so I'm like, okay, he's grabbing the rope, and then I noticed the hand on the ground here. Oh my god. This is crazy. Going back some. certain comics he has a lot of details in the background itself, and then at other times, well, I guess if it's outside in an open space, he doesn't put a whole lot in the background. I'm assuming. I could be wrong there, but it just seems like it. Um, I'm assuming this is like a cover or a poster or something. It looks cool though, whatever it is. Though with his artwork, I kind of can't tell whether or not this is the design of the chair she's shitting. She's shitting in. Yes, that's what's going on. Whether this is the design of the chair she's sitting in, or whether or not these are like bullet holes. With this artwork, I can no longer tell at this point. Okay, guy with a bloody face. All right. Holy crap. There's it's doing this so that I don't lose me and the image I'm trying to look at. There's no detail in this panel, like none. There's just small lines to show indication of things that's going on in it, but there's nowhere. Like I said, how he knows exactly where to put his lines and the smallest amounts of details that you need to just pick up the environment of visually what you're looking at. And very, very well done. I can't recall seeing as many mangas with such little detail before. It's actually an assignment, like how good can certain manga look with no detail? If that's even a thing, it sounds like it shouldn't be. And then you have panels like that, and then just this bloody face. It's so gross. And then whatever in the hell is going on up here, I don't even want to sit and try to figure this out. Oh, this is such a crappy JPEG. I'm sitting staring at this simply because it's like the amount of like white space. Like I said, precision use of lines. They have a nice amount of detail in these computers or whatever these machines are. There's enough lines to sort of show detail in on the guy laying on the table here. I don't know, just well done. Okay. This may be the record of, is this 16 panels on this page? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that's 16. This may go. I've never seen this many panels on a page, and there's no way. Like, I would like to think this is somebody compiled these. No, this looks like it's one. Yeah, this is page 86. This is one page. This got to be the record for the most panels I've ever seen on a page before, and I can't follow along with what's going on. What the hell is going on here? Is that the moon? There's some real stuff. And for somebody who reads stuff like I've read Akira and I've read Berserk, this should not, his art should not be as shocking to me as it is, but I don't read stuff like that often, so. Also of note, and I'm late as far as this is concerned too, very late, but I had absolutely no idea that the creator of Berserk died this year. Like, I just found that out literally a few hours ago, and it blew my mind. So Berserk is gonna go unfinished at this point. Yeah, that's actually crazy. That I just found that out, like he passed away in May. That's crazy. Okay, so I don't know the actual technical term for it as far with manga, but whatever that style when like dots are used to show almost shading or texture or whatever, like that's being used a lot in this page. It's the first time I can remember seeing this used outside of maybe like I guess a couple pages that we've looked at previously, but not many times. No real details on the inmates in the background. I don't know why their heads are cut like this, but and this officer looks pretty concerned at them. So I don't know what's going on here. Not sure if I want to. The prisoners in the back, obviously there should be a lot of detail and there isn't. That actually is, I'm glad I was able to see that. It just gave me an idea for my next comic. So I'm actually glad I'm looking at this page right now. Actually, this whole entire thing just gave me some ideas. Pretty cool page. It's so weird seeing some of these pages too out of context. Like I don't know what the hell is supposed to be going on. More shot in the head people. So this is what real life Five Nights at Freddy's looks like. So are these bunny rabbits on bikes with axes? As axes is the proper way of saying more than one axe. It's not axi or anything. Making sure that I'm not crazy. This guy looks like he's dressed as Dracula, just blasting people in the head here. Can I even show this video on YouTube? I might have to actually put my disclaimer back up on this video. Jesus Christ. Lots of intense blacks on this page as far as the use of color is concerned. Or I was going to say shading, but like I said, it's just the use of the line sort of implies the shading here, but it's a very intense, like dark feel to it. On top of an art style that already just seems dark in general anyways. Is that a doll? I was sitting here thinking this was a little girl the whole time until I actually... Oh, no. What in the hell is this? What's in her mouth? Just blew a flame out of her. What kind of toy is this? Is this actually Five Nights at Freddy's? Like, is this... Oh my god. Well, the use of lines in this panel, the bottom left, is actually pretty intense. Holy crap. Okay. That's pretty self-explanatory. I don't even need to read what's going on here. I think there's a lot of us that would like to be doing that forever. So, yeah. Nice piece of artwork there. Once again, nice use of like lines here. I just know something heinous is going on in this panel with everybody so happy. I don't know why I don't feel like this is a good thing with his artwork. Something crazy is going on here. But yeah, I should have found a better quality of that image. But I didn't want to look too much at some of this stuff when I was picking it up. I can't completely break down what's going on here. That's kind of a good thing, because this guy in the top right panel looks like he's being mutilated. Even he, go back, let's see. Even he has that sort of, considering what I've read about like his personality and the things that he's into, that unassuming smile is, yeah. A lot of him is definitely in his, like, everything just makes sense now. Everything just makes so much more sense now. So you would just see this guy just chilling, holding up his nice little comic books he's made with a big old grin on his face. You never think you would see the murderous stuff that you see in these pages. I like the way he drew this guy with a sort of bandana tied around his face. This is just going to be like 30-40 minutes of me talking about this man's line work, but I'm gonna just be parroting myself at this point, so I'm gonna speed this up so I'm gonna get through this so I'm not wasting more of my time repeating the same stuff. And the thing is, it's like either his artwork is gonna have, these have to be like different stages of his career, different types of comics, because he has some artwork I guess from other comics that has heavy line usage, and the difference in where he's using them and the placement of it is showing like obviously difference in like tone of value and whatnot and the level of detail from object to object. Then you have pages like this where the lines are just used to show intensity and motion, and it's not really important for the shading aspect of what he's doing. I actually, this look is grabbing me a lot more than this is, but I don't know why hyper realistic artwork, not that I think it's bad because I think it looks amazing, it's just that for whatever reason this grabs me more. I don't know why that is. I was looking at these two panels like I'm just now sort of realizing this. It's cool. Wow, this is a lot of, there's a lot of this guy. I don't know what he's doing here or why he's standing, his feet standing like that. Interesting pose. All right. Awesome. Awesome. I love it. What a tattoo. I'm gonna assume that's a tattoo. Oh my god, is that a tattoo of Jesus on the cross on the back? Yeah, he definitely has his own tone of voice in his artwork. Creepy clowns, like, if nothing else, his artwork is definitely gonna evoke emotion from somebody who reads it. Lots of gunplay in his work too. I say it's these pages that grab me the most, and there's nothing in them. This makes no sense to me. Like, I can't figure out why. There's no color, no, like, the intense lines of some of his other pages are not here in this one, which is why I believe this is an entirely different comic. But I don't know why these pages grab me so much more, and there's nothing in them. Like, why? Like, so much more than, say, this one, even though this one isn't as intense as his other ones. There's a lot more detail in this work than the previous page, which I'm going to get off of that simply because it's a low quality image. Oh, and that's the end anyways. Wow, this guy's a character, to say the least. At first I was actually thinking that I wanted to look up his manga. I think I'll probably look up some of his artwork, but I don't know if I want to read his manga. I really don't know if I want to read his manga or not. But this guy's amazing though. That's the only real takeaway I got from this, and big shocker here, is use of lines. Like, I honestly need to seriously do a lot more studying of his line quality. And his choice of lines are interesting to me too. Like, why, like, this specific page kills me. Like, no, not a single line is without purpose in here. And it's that type of stuff that, like, really has caught my attention in his artwork. But in any event, yeah, I'm getting out of here. If you've heard of him before, let me know what you think, and if you haven't before, also let me know what you think about some of the artwork that we've seen here. I'd love to know what you guys think of a lot of the stuff that we've just seen here today. But yeah, if there's any artists, especially if you know the type of artwork that I do and some of the things that I'm interested in, like pro wrestling and fighting games and almost superhero comics and sports, if there's any type of artwork that you think along those lines that I would probably get a kick out of to take a look at and study, just throw me a suggestion. I'd love to check it out, love to take a look at it. But in any event, like and subscribe if you haven't. Make sure you hit the bell notifications, because YouTube is not going to tell you I exist otherwise. And you all have a good one, and I'm out.